am the chairman, president, and CEO of American One Credit Union, Martha Firstenau, and the chairman of DEM Investments, William Deary. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. Well, today we invited you here because you have a big announcement.
We do. Well, the last time I was here, we were talking about growth and expansion of American One Credit Union, and we have 3 branches
That's
in the
right.
works.
I think it was Robinson and Michigan that you
Robinson and
hinted at.
Michigan, we're not into, that's underway. We have a new branch coming in Battle Creek, and we have a new branch coming in Adrian. And I said to you, we have more exciting things to talk about, but I can't talk about them right now.
Mm-hmm.
But today we can.
Awesome. Well, I thought it was going to be an announcement of a new branch, but it's not.
It's bigger than that. So American One has purchased the property at 900 Cooper, which I think we brought a picture here today. It's a landmark building in the city of Jackson, in front of the old prison wall on Cooper Street. And I wanted William Deary to come with me today because he is he was inspired to build this building on this historic property, and of course he has all the information about the beginnings, the origins of that building and why he built it the way he did. And we're just really excited to have the opportunity to grow our company into this new space. It will not be a branch, it will be corporate space, and what it allows us to do is put about 100 people that support our branch operations together under one roof, and that will inspire collaboration. And just as we move forward, it's just a great statement, I think, about American One, our success, our growth, and our commitment to the city of Jackson in terms of continuing to invest.
Well, congratulations, new corporate headquarters for American One. And William, this building you developed, and I remember at the time it was an extremely challenging project because of the history of the site.
Yeah, Bart, it was kind of interesting. It took us over 2 years to buy the property, the dirt, and about a year for R.W. Mercer to build the building. And just inherent in it being historic, it's the composition of its ownership. It was a tremendous amount of work to get to a point where we could actually own the dirt and build the building. I'll tell you, the 3 years absolutely worth every minute in terms of the home that it created for our employees and how it was extraordinary, not only in terms of what it looks like, but what it did and how it supported our team.
And it was the home, world headquarters of Great Lakes Home Health, and even you outgrew the space.
Well, it's interesting. When Sherry Lynn wanted to start her own home care company, she wanted to have the best home care company in Jackson, Michigan. We never envisioned becoming one of the most successful premier home care and hospices in the United States. And that was a real privilege for us to have, over 4,000 employees that created that every day, taking care of over 20,000 patients. And in that regard, one of the gifts that Sherry Lynn and I realized was, thousands of people loving what they did, and ultimately in 2015 and 16 are being selected as one of the 20 best places to work in healthcare in the USA. And so, but this building was a part of the magic that made all of that happen.
Well, it must have been a challenge as the company that bought what was then Great Lakes relocated to even bigger space to find the right buyer for that particular building that you built.
I very candidly did not want to sell the building. It was a special place in terms of how we developed it, and it was a home. And when I talked with Martha called and we started talking, I realized it can continue to be a remarkable home for an incredible company. And at that point, talking with Sherry Lynn, she said, "Do you feel any better?" And I said, I can do it now. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a phenomenal home for an incredibly important company that loves this community every bit as much as we did. And that made it, I guess, okay for me. And I got over my challenge of, I love this place. No one's going to love it as much as I do, to know that somebody who's so committed to the community of Jackson and to their customers and to their employees, that tradition of culture is going to resonate and continue to flourish.
Well, the building had one use as a corporate headquarters, but a different type of company using it as a corporate headquarters. Some adjustments that will need to be made, Martha?
Actually, not that many, because of the way that William designed the building. It is very open and it's very adaptable, and he can talk about how adaptable it is down to the HVAC system. So no, it's an open space, and that's perfect for us in terms of being able to design it for our needs. There'll be some changes, but not very many. It's a really usable space.
Well, the wall behind, the brick wall, or the stone wall, was the prison wall. Tell us a little bit about the history of that.
Yeah, so it's real interesting. So one of the things that's interesting is Phil Hoffman, who's, I believe, the chairman of your board, is actually coming home. As a child, his father was part of the administration of the prison. He lived in one of the homes that was placed in front of the wall and where the building is currently placed. So their chairman of the board is coming home in a way. I think, if you go back to 1842 when the first prison was built there, and you say that location has been part of the important fabric of the community for now almost 175 years, and that regardless of what was happening, things were always happening. I told Martha I've got a book we're going to give her of the crops that were being farmed back in 1935 and what was farmed and all the contributions that were made on that property, and then the Army National Guard, and then our use as home care and hospice, and now Martha stepping in to continue the legacy and the tradition of being a remarkable contributor to our society.
You've been a big investor and supporter of the East Michigan Avenue corridor, where
Yes.
your headquarters and branches currently are. What's going to happen to your properties and your investments and commitment to East Michigan Avenue?
Well, we're there and we're staying there. We're not selling anything or leaving any building. In fact, I don't know if I talked about it here before, but we purchased a number of lots south of Michigan Avenue from the train station over to Perrine Street, and then on the north side of us, we've purchased a number of lots there too. One of our issues is parking. Everyone in the city has issues with parking, and so we need parking for our folks. And so when we first started looking, when we needed more space, we were specifically thinking about our contact center, which is essentially a call center. It's our largest branch. It's how people want to interact with us in many ways: phone, email, text, mobile app. That's really growing, and we needed room for them. And so what we're going to be able to do is house those folks they're going to get their own building that we already own when we combine our support teams and move into this new corporate space. But no, we're still committed to East Michigan. We want that corridor to thrive. The city is we actually have a work group now, and we have someone from our team on that work group. It's with a number of folks from the hospital, from the city, from the enterprise group, looking at how can we make this corridor a better place for mostly businesses, but there's room for residential development behind us as well. So no, we're very committed. I mean, we're less than a half a mile away with this building, which is kind of neat too. So we still feel like we're in the neighborhood. Most importantly, I can still walk to work. So it's 1.4 miles instead of 1.1, but yeah, I can get to work on foot, so.
Awesome. Well, I know you've had people interested in the property and that you turned away. So you waited for the right buyer, and apparently it's American One.
Well, it was really about who will be the right person and who will do the right thing. And for us, it really is what was an incredible home for us will now be an incredible home for Martha and all of her employees. And that's really exciting.
Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming in and making the announcement to our viewers today.
Yeah.
The president and CEO of American One Credit Union, Martha Firstenau, and the chairman of DEM Investments, William Deary. More